Once upon a time, right now in fact, because all the best stories happen right now, there is a valley. Oh, but not just any valley, dear listener. This is the kind of valley that looks like someone took every beautiful color in the world, stirred them gently together, and poured them across the hills like warm honey on a summer morning. Rolling pastel green hills stretch out in every direction, soft and round as pillows, dotted with wildflowers in lavender, buttercup yellow, and the palest, sweetest pink you have ever seen. The sky above is a quilt of periwinkle blue, stitched with fat. Lazy clouds that drift so slowly, they seem to be napping right there in the air. Now, this valley has two sides, and this is where our story truly begins. On one side, the near side, the grass is thin and patchy. Little tufts of brown and green poke up between dusty pebbles. And the wildflowers here are small and tired, drooping their tiny heads as if they are just a little bit sad. It is not a terrible place, mind you, but it is a hungry place. A place where a belly rumbles and a heart wishes for something more. But on the other side, on the other side of a sparkling amber stream, there glows a meadow so green and so lush that it seems to hum with happiness. Golden clover grows thick as a carpet, shimmering in the sunlight like tiny stars have fallen into the grass. Ripe red berries hang in clusters from bushes that lean forward as if offering you a taste. The air over there smells of honey and warm earth and everything wonderful. And connecting these two sides, a bridge. A mossy wooden bridge that arches over the sparkling amber stream, its old planks worn smooth by years of rain and wind. Clover and tiny ferns have crept between the boards. And from a distance, it looks quite charming, like something from a painting. But look closer. Look beneath the bridge. There, hidden in a shadowy hollow draped in twisted, knotted roots, something stirs. Two glowing green eyes blink in the darkness. A low, grumbly breathing rattles the moss. And every now and then, when a pebble tumbles into the stream, boom, something enormous shifts beneath those old boards. And the flowers on the riverbank tremble and lose their petals. Something very, very grumpy lives under that bridge. And this, dear listener, is a story that has been told and loved by children for over 150 years. It began long ago in the snowy mountains of Norway, where parents whispered it to their little ones by firelight. And tonight it is your turn to hear it, so snuggle in close, hold on tight, and let us meet the bravest little goat you have ever known. On the near side of the valley, where the thin grass grows between the pebbles, there lives a family of 3 billy goat brothers. They are called the Billy Goats Gruff, a very fine and important name for a very fine and important family. And the youngest of them all, the littlest brother, is where our story begins. His name is Little Billy Goat Gruff, and oh, you are going to love him. Little Billy Goat Gruff is a small, fluffy white billy goat kid with oversized, sparkly sky blue eyes that catch the light like 2 drops of morning dew. He has 2 tiny nubby horns on top of his head, each one wrapped in a pale yellow ribbon that his brothers tied there on his very first birthday. His round, chubby body is covered in soft, curly wool, white as fresh snow, and he has a little pink nose that twitches when he is curious and rosy cheek patches that glow brighter when he is happy or shy. Around his neck hangs a cheerful bell on a blue ribbon, and it goes tinkle, tinkle, tinkle whenever he walks. His small cloven hooves have a slight wobble when he is nervous, which, to be perfectly honest, is quite often because the world is very big and little Billy Goat Gruff is very small. But small does not mean unimportant, not even a little bit. Every morning, little Billy Goat Gruff, that small, fluffy white billy goat kid with oversized, sparkly sky blue eyes, 2 tiny nubby horns wrapped in a pale yellow ribbon, a round, chubby body covered in soft, curly wool, a little pink nose, rosy cheek patches, a cheerful bell on a blue ribbon around his neck. And small cloven hooves with a slight wobble when nervous, wakes up, stretches his stubby legs, and looks across the sparkling amber stream to the meadow on the other side. He can see the golden clover swaying in the breeze. He can just barely smell the sweetness of those ripe red berries. And every morning, his tummy gives a long, low rumble, and he whispers the same wish. I wish we could go over there. His middle brother, Middle Billy Goat Gruff, is a sturdy tan and cream billy goat with warm brown eyes, curving caramel-colored horns, a shaggy coat that bounces when he walks, and a red bandana tied jauntily around his neck. Middle Billy Goat Gruff is brave and clever, always the first to try a new path and the first to figure out a tricky problem. He nuzzles Little Billy Goat Gruff gently and says, "Someday, little brother. Someday." And their eldest brother, Great Billy Goat Gruff, is the biggest of them all, a magnificent, barrel-chested billy goat with a thick coat of deep gray wool, powerful sweeping horns that curve like silver crescents, kind but fierce golden eyes, broad strong hooves, and a deep, rumbling voice that makes the pebbles vibrate when he speaks. Great Billy Goat Gruff is gentle and protective, and he watches over his brothers like a mountain watches over a valley. We will find a way, Great Billy Goat Gruff says softly, together. But they all know the problem. They all know about the bridge. And they all know about what lives beneath it, the troll. Little Billy Goat Gruff, that small, fluffy white billy goat kid with oversized, sparkly sky blue eyes. 2 tiny nubby horns wrapped in a pale yellow ribbon. Round, chubby body covered in soft, curly wool, little pink nose, rosy cheek patches. Cheerful bell on a blue ribbon. And small cloven hooves that wobble when he is nervous, presses close to his brothers, and feels his hooves tremble just thinking about it. One morning, the sun rises especially warm and golden, and the thin grass on the near side of the valley is thinner than ever. Little Billy Goat Gruff nibbles at a tiny clump near a rock and sighs. His cheerful bell on its blue ribbon goes tinkle very softly, almost sadly. There is simply not enough to eat anymore. Middle Billy Goat Gruff, that sturdy tan and cream billy goat with warm brown eyes, curving caramel-colored horns, a shaggy bouncing coat, and a red bandana tied jauntily around his neck, comes trotting over with worry creasing his brow. Brothers, he says, we cannot stay here much longer. Our bellies are empty. The grass is nearly gone. Great Billy Goat Gruff, that magnificent barrel-chested billy goat with a thick coat of deep gray wool, powerful sweeping silver crescent horns, kind but fierce golden eyes, broad strong hooves, and a deep rumbling voice, lifts his great head and looks across the stream. The lush emerald meadow on the other side is glowing in the morning light. Golden clover ripples like a sea of tiny suns. Red berries glisten with dew. It is time, Great Billy Goat Gruff says, and his voice is steady as stone. We must cross the bridge. Little Billy Goat Gruff feels his small cloven hooves begin to wobble. His oversized, sparkly sky blue eyes go very wide. His little pink nose twitches fast. But the troll, he whispers. He said he would eat anyone who crosses. And it is true. The troll under the bridge, an enormous, warty creature with mossy green skin, bulging yellow-green eyes, a wide mouth full of crooked teeth, long gnarled fingers, and a voice like boulders crashing together, declared long ago that no one may cross his bridge. He is greedy and grumpy and very, very loud, and every creature in the valley has learned to stay far, far away. But Great Billy Goat Gruff kneels down until his kind golden eyes are level with his littlest brother's sparkly sky blue ones. Listen to me, he says gently. We are going to do this together. Not all at once, but one at a time, step by step. The littlest goes first, and I will come last. And I promise you, little brother, I promise on every star in the sky, I will not let that troll hurt our family. Middle Billy Goat Gruff nods firmly, his red bandana fluttering. We have a plan. And it is a clever one. He leans close and whispers the plan to Little Billy Goat Gruff. And slowly, very slowly, the tiniest Billy Goat's wobble becomes a little bit less wobbly. His rosy cheek patches glow. His bell goes tinkle just once, like a tiny spark of courage catching fire. Okay, Little Billy Goat Gruff whispers, I'll go first. And so the adventure begins. The mossy wooden bridge stretches before Little Billy Goat Gruff like a long, narrow road into the unknown. The old planks creak. The clover between the boards shivers in the breeze. Below, the sparkling amber stream gurgles and chatters. And somewhere in that shadowy hollow beneath the bridge, two glowing green eyes are waiting. Little Billy Goat Gruff, that small, fluffy white billy goat kid with oversized, sparkly sky blue eyes. Two tiny nubby horns wrapped in a pale yellow ribbon. A round, chubby body covered in soft, curly wool. A little pink nose, rosy cheek patches. A cheerful bell on a blue ribbon around his neck. And small cloven hooves with a slight wobble when nervous, takes one trembling step onto the bridge. Trip-trap, trip-trap, trip-trap. His tiny hooves make the softest, lightest sound on the old wood. His bell goes tinkle, tinkle, tinkle. He tries to walk as quietly as a whisper, as gently as a feather falling on a pillow. But the troll hears. Boom, the whole bridge shakes. Flowers tumble from the riverbank. And up from beneath, the mossy planks rises the most enormous, warty, terrifying face Little Billy Goat Gruff has ever seen. The troll, that enormous creature with mossy green skin, bulging yellow-green eyes. A wide mouth full of crooked teeth, long gnarled fingers. And a voice like boulders crashing, hauls himself up and blocks the way. Who's that trip-trapping over MY Bridge? The troll roars, and his breath smells like old mushrooms and wet rocks. Little Billy Goat Gruff's hooves wobble so hard he nearly falls. His sparkly sky-blue eyes fill with tears. His little pink nose quivers. But deep inside his round chubby body, underneath all that soft curly wool, his heart is beating, not just with fear but with courage. He remembers the plan. Oh, it is only me, he says in the smallest, sweetest voice he can manage. Little Billy Goat Gruff, I am just a tiny thing, hardly a mouthful. But my brother is coming after me, and he is much bigger and much tastier than I am. The troll squints his bulging eyes and looks at the tiny goat. He scratches his warty chin with one long gnarled finger. Such a small, scrawny little thing, barely a snack. Bah, the troll growls. Fine. Be off with you, I'll wait for the bigger one. And Little Billy Goat Gruff, that small, fluffy white billy goat kid with oversized, sparkly sky blue eyes. Two tiny nubby horns wrapped in a pale yellow ribbon, round chubby body. Little pink nose, rosy cheek patches, cheerful bell on a blue ribbon. And small cloven hooves, scampers across the rest of the bridge, as fast as his wobbling legs can carry him. Trip-trap, trip-trap, trip-trap. His bell rings joyfully. And he leaps off the far end and lands in the soft golden clover of the emerald meadow. Breathing hard but safe. Safe, he did it. The littlest goat faced the biggest fear, and he did it with cleverness and quick thinking. Now it is Middle Billy Goat Gruff's turn. Middle Billy Goat Gruff, that sturdy tan and cream billy goat with warm brown eyes. Curving caramel-colored horns, a shaggy coat that bounces when he walks. And a red bandana tied jauntily around his neck, steps onto the bridge with steady, confident hooves. Trip-trap, trip-trap, trip-trap. His steps are louder, firmer. The bridge sways gently. And the troll hears, boom. Up he comes again, that enormous warty creature with mossy green skin. Bulging yellow-green eyes, crooked teeth, and gnarled fingers. Even angrier than before. Who's that trip-trapping over MY Bridge? He bellows so loudly that ripples race across the amber stream. Middle Billy Goat Gruff stands firm, his warm brown eyes do not blink. His caramel-colored horns catch the sunlight. He is scared, yes, but he is clever, and clever is a kind of bravery all its own. "It is only me, Middle Billy Goat Gruff," he says in a calm, steady voice. "I am not very big. But my brother, oh, my older brother is coming right behind me, and he is the biggest, finest Billy Goat you have ever seen. You should wait for him." The troll's bulging eyes widen with greed. A bigger goat. An even bigger meal. He licks his crooked teeth and waves one gnarled hand. "Go on then, get out of my sight, I'll wait for the big one." And Middle Billy Goat Gruff trots across the rest of the bridge, with his shaggy coat bouncing, and his red bandana fluttering in the breeze. He reaches the far side. And Little Billy Goat Gruff, that small, fluffy white Billy Goat kid with oversized, sparkly sky-blue eyes. Tiny nubby horns wrapped in pale yellow ribbon, round chubby body, little pink nose. Rosy cheek patches, cheerful bell on a blue ribbon. And small wobbling cloven hooves runs to meet him. And they press their foreheads together in relief and love. 2 brothers safe, 1 more to go. And now the bridge falls quiet. The stream gurgles. The troll waits beneath the mossy planks, grinning his crooked grin, thinking he is about to have the biggest meal of his life. He has no idea what is coming. Trip-trap, 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 the sound is deep. Heavy, the bridge groans and sways with every step. The old mossy planks creak and bow under a tremendous weight. Great Billy Goat Gruff, that magnificent barrel-chested Billy Goat with a thick coat of deep gray wool. Powerful sweeping horns that curve like silver crescents. Kind but fierce golden eyes, broad strong hooves. And a deep rumbling voice, is walking across the bridge. And he is not tiptoeing, he is not sneaking. He is walking tall and proud. His silver crescent horns, gleaming in the golden sunlight. His broad hooves striking the wood like thunder. Boom, the troll explodes up from beneath the bridge, bigger and angrier and wartier than ever. That enormous creature with mossy green skin, bulging yellow-green eyes. A wide mouth full of crooked teeth, long gnarled fingers. And a voice like boulders crashing plants himself right in the middle of the bridge and spreads his arms wide. "Who's that trip-trapping over MY Bridge?" he screams, so loud the clouds seem to flinch. Great Billy Goat Gruff does not wobble, he does not tremble. He lowers his magnificent silver crescent horns until they point straight at the troll. And his kind but fierce golden eyes blaze, with the fire of a brother protecting his family. "It is I," he says, and his deep rumbling voice makes the whole bridge vibrate. "Great Billy Goat Gruff, and you, troll, have frightened my little brothers for the very last time." The troll snarls. He lunges forward with his gnarled fingers grasping. But Great Billy Goat Gruff charges. He charges with the strength of a boulder rolling down a mountainside. His powerful sweeping horns catch the troll right in his big warty belly. And with one tremendous push, he sends the troll flying up, up, up into the air. Tumbling and howling over the edge of the bridge, splash. Right into the sparkling amber stream below. The water carries the grumbling, sputtering troll downstream, far, far away. Around the bend of the valley, past the hills, and out of sight. His angry howls grow smaller and smaller until they are nothing but a whisper, and then nothing at all. The bridge is free. On the far side of the stream, Little Billy Goat Gruff, that small, fluffy white Billy Goat kid with oversized, sparkly sky-blue eyes. 2 tiny nubby horns wrapped in a pale yellow ribbon. Round, chubby body covered in soft, curly wool, little pink nose, rosy cheek patches. Cheerful bell on a blue ribbon around his neck. And small cloven hooves jumps up and down, his bell ringing wildly. Tears of joy streaming down his rosy cheeks. Middle Billy Goat Gruff, that sturdy tan and cream Billy Goat with warm brown eyes. Curving caramel-colored horns, shaggy bouncing coat. And red bandana stamps his hooves and cheers. Great Billy Goat Gruff walks the rest of the way across the bridge, calm and steady. And when he reaches his brothers, all three press close together, wool against wool. Heart against heart. They did it, not with magic, not with a spell or a wish or a fairy's wand. They did it together, as a family, as a team. The littlest was brave enough to go first. The middle was clever enough to keep the plan going. And the greatest was strong enough to finish it. Each brother played his part, and together they were unstoppable. Because, dear listener, that is the secret this story has been whispering to children for over 150 years. Courage comes in all sizes. And when a family sticks together and trusts each other, even the biggest, scariest bully in the whole wide world can be overcome. Not all at once, but step by step, one brave little trip-trap at a time. And now comes the very best part. The three Billy Goats Gruff stand together, in the lush emerald meadow, on the far side of the sparkling amber stream. And it is everything they ever dreamed of. Golden clover stretches out before them like a carpet woven from sunbeams. Ripe red berries hang heavy and sweet from every bush, glistening with drops of dew that catch the light like tiny rubies. Butterflies in lavender and peach drift lazily through the warm air. And the whole meadow hums with the gentle music of bees and birdsong and happiness. Little Billy Goat Gruff, that small, fluffy white billy goat kid with oversized, sparkly sky blue eyes. Two tiny nubby horns wrapped in a pale yellow ribbon. A round, chubby body covered in soft, curly wool. A little pink nose, rosy cheek patches. A cheerful bell on a blue ribbon around his neck. And small cloven hooves that no longer wobble one bit. Takes his very first bite of golden clover, and his sparkly eyes go wide with wonder. "It's the sweetest thing I've ever tasted," he whispers. Middle Billy Goat Gruff, that sturdy tan and cream billy goat with warm brown eyes. Curving caramel-colored horns, a shaggy bouncing coat, and a red bandana tied jauntily around his neck, laughs warmly and nudges his little brother. "You earned every bite, brave one." And Great Billy Goat Gruff, that magnificent barrel-chested billy goat with a thick coat of deep gray wool. Powerful sweeping silver crescent horns, kind golden eyes, broad strong hooves. And a deep rumbling voice, lies down in the soft grass beside his brothers and rumbles with contentment. "We are home," he says simply, and they are. From that day forward, any creature in the valley may cross the mossy wooden bridge freely, to pick berries, to visit friends, to smell the clover. The bridge is no longer a place of fear. It is a place of crossing over, of being brave, of remembering that good things wait for those who have the courage to take that very first step. As the sun dips below the pastel green hills, and the sky turns to soft shades of rose and amber and lavender, the three Billy Goats Gruff settle into the warm clover together. Little Billy Goat Gruff's cheerful bell gives one last gentle tinkle. His sparkly sky blue eyes drift slowly closed. His little pink nose stops twitching. And nestled between his two big brothers, safe and warm and full and loved, he falls fast asleep beneath the very first stars of evening. And so, dear listener, may you, good night.